Ho, ho, ho. Hello and welcome to the third day of the 12 days of indie. This is the police. I love this little effect here. This happens every time you start the game. It looks like he's smoking a cigarette. There's smoke as part of his face. That's pretty great. So this is a management strategy type game. It's also heavily story focused. Well, I say heavily, but in between, every now and then you get some story of what's going on in this richest city that you're playing in. You play as the chief commissioner. I've been really enjoying this game. I've been using it as a podcast type game where let's play along and mute the podcast whenever someone starts talking, because there isn't someone constantly talking at you. Let's jump in so you get a bit of a feel for what this character is all about. He's a bit quirky. A lot of characters in this are a bit quirky. It's a difficult game to explain, so I want to jump in and show you what it's all about. Day 1, July 15th, Monday. Mayor Rogers, sex maniac. City Hall confirms rumors of Jack Boyd resignation. So we're Jack Boyd. Mark War 2 to be shown in Freeburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. Let's go to work. Come on, start. Start, damn you. There you go.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher. This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them. I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same: play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
So we're going to play this conference now. Good morning. Oh, do I have to click? Okay, I forgot. This day, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? So, not the best relations with the mayor's office. I've been expecting this bullshit from the mayor. Okay, what's the difference? Yeah, let's go with what's the difference. What does it matter whether it came as a surprise? My business is my own. I keep forgetting I had to click. Do you already know the name of your successor? No. Of course not. I don't think the mayor's office knows who it is either. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy, Francis Kendrick, said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? I'd be happy. It's hard to say, but I can't think of a more deserving candidate than Captain Kendrick. Let's not throw anybody that works under us under the bus. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? No comment? Bullshit. Bullshit. Excuse me, but that's a pile of horse shit. The mafia and the police working together? Maybe they're in cahoots with the aliens. The mafia are a bunch of low-life criminals. How about someone ask a real question? Psst. We're in league with the mafia. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be reason behind your retirement? Definitely. Of course there's a reason. Personal relations are always important, no matter what anyone says. Thank you. That was a little bit stressful, getting in front of cameras like that.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick. As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man."
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking at the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Star?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Star.
I love that little intro. I love the overwrought writing style. So you get these story interludes every so often. They're not every day. You'll be going through your police duties every day. Head of Culture Department owns villa in Italy. The Golden Bird. Freeburg Tribune. Jack Boyd believes feud with mayor led to his resignation. The Fact. Jack Boyd confirms police cooperation with the mafia. I'm pretty sure I never go to work. Go to work, I said. I keep expecting a car not to start.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
We like to receive tips about how this game works. I'm a 60-year-old police chief. I think I called him commissioner. I've been watching or reading some Batman stuff. I think I got the terms mixed up. A few months away from retirement. I don't need anyone telling me how to do my job. So these are my deputies. These are my policemen and policewomen. And over here we have some detectives. So we have Mole, DeBrittle, and Armstrong, and Price. Okay, she's 5. So these stars depict how good they are at their job. So Mole is a pretty good detective at 150. DeBrittle is 100, and so I have decently good detectives. And they'll level up as they do more detective cases and as they go on more calls for police guys, as they go on calls, as these guys solve murders. And yeah, mostly murders. But Price is 5. But we'll probably need her. Let's start the day. You can also fire people. Like I could probably fire Price. Can I not get into that from here? For being too old. And probably DeBrittle as well. I don't want to do that. You can also make them come in on their shift A. So their shift B and shift A with different people on them. We'll see more of that in a bit. It's pretty neat. As a cigar bud is still on the police office. We also have SWAT. So as the day goes by, their police calls come in. So everyday mall, hit and run. So a married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot. Back over a homeless man who'd been digging through a trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he'd hit a bum, he got back in the van and quickly drove away. Alright, so we have to try to kind of maximize our effectiveness, so we send both our good officers out. That leaves less good officers to go around in case more calls come in. So let's send Purdy and let's send Price. Proceed. And we got another one right away. There's a fight. So you don't click on them fast enough to go away. Fight, the last picture show theater. A theater manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with the theater's security guard. Alright, so let's send Tsubaki. And we'll send Asano. Do me proud, guys or girls. And they're just chill and wait for your cops to come back. You can actually see them driving out there. Look, see the cop car? It's pretty neat. I like this. This game is really calm, and for the most part, until you get to the violent murders. Hey, way to go, Price. Defender caught. Officers unarmed. So your officers can die. And will die. Good job. Went up a little bit. So Price is already 15. Armed robbery. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their old collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown who lives in the suburbs. So if you don't send, you can send support as well, like the SWAT, and if you don't do that, sometimes your officers will die. So let's send our best, Kochi, and let's send Austin. Not our best. There's another fight, and I only got one guy for this. A brother and sister clash with each other over their deceased father's will, according to one of the lawyers. We don't dare separate them, and our security guard is off duty tonight. So I think I might... We got 17 seconds. I might wait to see if anyone gets back in time, so I can send somebody off with Yancey, and I can. We don't want to leave... Oh, we got a bunch back. Okay. So let's send Asano and Price. By far not our best officers there. Assault. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his car and money. So I don't think I need 3 people for this. So let's send Purdy and Tsubaki. You want to crime in this city. And every now and then, you had to make decisions for your officers. The vehicle in question is parked right outside, so this is the armed robbery. Outside the Brown residence, the sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Knock on the door, open up, this is police. Turn on the silent loudspeaker and shout that the house is surrounded. Yeah. Awesome. They did good. Can't wait to fire Price. So later on in the game, you'll get some mob involvement. And they'll tell you, don't come to here. And if you foil enough of their jobs... Oh, officer escaped. Or, offender escaped. Officer's unarmed. Price let me down already. Awesome. Officer caught, offender caught, officer unarmed. I keep saying officer caught. So yeah, you get some mob calls like, hey, we've got something going down by the docks. Don't come out. And if you do that enough times, well, they don't like that very much. It's in the day. And I see here we have Shift A and Shift B. Our Shift A is better than our Shift B because we have Stovall is 400. We have some better cops on this one. But we do have Bert Jr. and Roy. Also, we have Bert Sr. as well. Look at this poor guy. Look at him. And we have Beasley and Moser. It's in the day.
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
And so that's the other part of the game, because we're getting resigned. He's trying to build up a retirement fund, so you can get into some crooked business, send out your cops on things to help businesses, and they could need a couple cops as actors or something. You can send them off. Sometimes they'll quit if you do that, and they all have different kind of reactions. And also the mob stuff I was talking about. Francis Kendrick announced retirement date. Construction of cinema museum postponed again. Legendary singer Gennaro Crespo comes to Freeburg. Let's go to work. See what's in store for us today. Looks like another starting motor is in store for us. And this is the other part. Another part. So this game has some complexities to it. So I drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together today. Can I go home? So you could make him work. But making him work because he's drunk, bad stuff could happen. Sending a drunk officer isn't the best. Yes, you can go home. And I have 2 stripes assigned. So you see some of these officers already have stripes, or 1 already has stripes. So these make your officers more effective. So let's give 1 to maybe Birch Jr. so he's not completely useless. Maybe Grant. Let's give 1 to Grant. And we haven't used these guys yet, have we? And let's give 1 to Moser and Beasley. Let's give 1 to maybe Sam D to make him more effective. Look at this dude. He looks so happy. He saw like all the horrors of this world. Look at Roy. I wish Roy would just go away. Retire. And we could choose what music we're going to listen to. Let's listen to this. Sure. You get more as the days go by. Fares here, so you could can hear labor market, hire officers. We didn't have access to that on the first day. The backlog, no messages left. So we could fire these guys. We'll look at that in a second. Vandalism. We received a frightened call from the local cathedral. This morning, the abbot discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols, and some have been broken into pieces. It seems there are even marks from a shovel. But the abbot would say no more. We'll send Stovall off by himself. And let's look at our fares. I kind of want to fire Roy. Can I? Oh, info, right. See. Successful assignment 0, failed assignment 0, political views unknown. So I don't want to fire him. You get in trouble for firing people unjustifiably. Can I fire you? Seems to have alcohol problems. Yeah, we can see that. You can just fire somebody when they have enough failed assignments too, as well. So let's see about firing this guy. Maybe tomorrow. And we could hire... Go up. He's pretty good. What's this? Shift A? Yes, let's hire him for Shift A. And let's hire you for Shift... Oh, there's R? Alright, fine. Oh, you can see down bottom. So I haven't played this a little bit, so I'm a little bit rusty on the mechanics. Detective slots 5 to 6. And you get telling me officers you have as well. What does it say? Oh, because it's telling us that we could hire some people. Sire you. Sire you for Shift B. Vandalism. Business Arlie Jones, looking out his window, saw 2 teenagers scratching offensive slogans on his new car. So let's go about getting rid of these 2 guys. Let's set these guys up for failure. And they could get caught with drunk driving, and we went Birch's dad here, and he drove the car. Awesome. Good job, Stovall. You're the man. Suspicious individual. A waitress named Mila reports that she just served a chicken Eddie and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she's seen on television just this morning. The culprit is sitting at the window eating a burger. This sounds like a prank call. Not prank call, but a... This looks like a nonsense call. So let's just send Sam D out by himself. It could be bad if it is actually... Yep, I thought so. Oh, darn. Officers unharmed. Hee 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 hee. Setting them up for failure. You need a lot of cops because you get a lot of calls in a day. The waitress had mistaken retired officer Frank Nero for the fugitive in question. So I thought that was a false alarm. I was right. Ooh, what's this? King Louis nightclub. All right, so this is how you can make some money and pay into your retirement fund. So, Mr. Boyd, my bouncer stuffed himself with Mexican food again, and now he can't get off the can. Meantime, the line outside the club is stretching around the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. Oh, I think Roy is just your man for the job. Or woman for the job. I think it's a woman, isn't it? You can keep her if you want her. Sandy is back. Do 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 do. Our music stopped. Oh, so you see, this is a Christopher G. Sands ice. Oh, I thought this was a mob call. I don't think it is. The drug sales. Anonymous call just came in. A clown carrying balloons at a skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. This sounds like a job for Grant and Birch Jr. Suicide threat. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again. Wow. All right, Stovall, you are a man. Lear Market. Oh, okay, so they might have kept our girl here. So are you, and we need you on shift A. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. In one night, I pulled in more cash than I earned in a month working at this dump. They kept her. Yeah, Mr. Sorkin said he wouldn't mind taking me on. Guess I just wasn't cut out to be a cop. I don't think you are either. And we made $4,500. Nice. So I'm glad I didn't send one of my good cops to that. That would have been bad. So I jump forward just a little bit, and there's a homicide case on the way. Investigation, homicide. Black activist Ronnie Moore was found shot outside his home. So we have to assign a lead detective. So we'll send Faust and we'll send Armstrong. There might be another one pop up. You never know. We need somebody. So let's proceed with that. And also we have a message from City Hall. Fire all black cops. So those come in every now and then. A racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to a local radio station promising to kill all the black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens support them. You had to fire all your black employees over the next 2 days due to mounting racial tensions. So you get in trouble with City Hall if you don't do this. They make other demands as well. They could make you diversify your force, or they could make you fire all your male police, or all your most senior police, or all your senior police. So anyone that's older a certain age. So we got a message here. Our homicide investigation has started. And you see, this is the case. So we get a sequence of events, and we had to try to figure this out. We had to put these in order. We get more frames as our detectives investigate the case. So Mr. Graham, Eric Graham, a drunk witness. They drove by in a sedan, and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Mr. Clayton, I only heard a few muffled shots. Mr. Carr, He got what he deserved. He's been causing trouble for a long time. Recently, there's been a lot of cursing and carrying on. Mrs. Cobb? I don't remember the car, and the neighborhood was quiet. I never heard any shots, so she's completely useless. The police these days don't do nothing. I almost died myself. I want to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. As I said, as they investigate these, they'll get more frames, and you have to put it together based on what the witnesses say. Driver is nowhere to be seen. Okay, let's wait at a safe distance for the driver to appear. Oh, officer escape. Sano Sabaki, you've let me down. So, this has been the third day of 12 Days Indie. This is the police. I almost forgot the name of the game there. So I hope you enjoyed it. I've really been enjoying my time in this game. I've enjoyed where the story was going. I've been enjoying reading about all these little crimes. I've been enjoying putting together those homicides and detective cases. I said at the beginning, I've been using this as a podcast game. I got a little bit tired of Mini Metro, and this has been doing me pretty good. Story interludes come at a fairly good clip. Not quite, you don't get quite as many outside of the very start of the game, so we had quite a few. There'll be definitely, it could be like 5 or 6 days go by before you see another story interlude. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely check out this game if it suits your fancy. It'll probably be going on sale for a pretty big discount. Now coming on with the Steam sales and GOG sales, all the little Christmas and holiday sales that we'll see coming up soon, near Christmas. So once again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you'll catch me in the next one. See you later.